what most has surprised you about existing in that world of Westeros? And what are the things as an actor that you didn't see coming for that role in that world?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Matt, dude, I am such a fan of your work, man. I'm such a fan of yours, and I've never had the pleasure to meet you before. So seriously, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
It's my pleasure, mate. Thank you. And hello, Chicago.
Chicago, we're warming up, man. We're warming up.
Oh, mate, the spring has sprung, my friend.
We're in that weird, like, I have a dog named Daenerys, and it's sort of that weird. Our dog should meet.
Get the dogs
we need to make that happen. I'll bring you over to meet her when the interview's over. But yeah, it's muddy paw time, which is what we call it. I'm going to ask this question because I've always wondered a question for someone in your position, because you've been a part of so many different franchises with such passionate fan bases. You have Marvel now, Doctor Who, The Crown, Terminator, soon to be Game of Thrones. There were Star Wars rumors for a long time. So when a fan starts to approach you on the street, can you sort of clock them from a distance? Can you tell, like, oh, this is a Doctor Who fan approaching me, or this person's going to talk about The Crown? Like, can you clock your fans in that way?
No, they're very surprising. It has to be said. Because I think people are surprising, aren't they? I mean, the interesting thing about Doctor Who is that crosses kind of generations in quite a mad way. So you can meet someone who's 10 and has only just sort of started watching it, and they might have a favorite Doctor, which is probably Jodie at the moment, because that's their Doctor. Then you might meet someone who's 95 who's watched it sort of 70 years ago. So no is the answer, but they are, I suppose the tone of them can be quite different. Type of fandom, it's like, I guess you can tell that from like a really avid Star Wars fan is probably different to a really avid Game of Thrones fan. I mean, I don't know. Is that true? Or are they all?
Yeah, but I would hope that anyone who would approach you would just come at it from a place of love and respect. It tends to vary on the internet when people don't have the repercussions of their words.
Yes. Well, I try and avoid that because that's always, you never win.
Yeah, it's a no-win there. The last 10, 15 years has changed the game for sort of how these comic book adaptations exist, because now characters are crossing over and they're doing team-up movies and they're crossing multiverses and universes. Like all the Spider-Man came back and Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman. So anything is possible. So I know everyone always asks like which MCU character you would want to meet, but I want to know which character in the MCU do you think your character would hate the most, just absolutely not be able to stand?
Milo, you mean? Wow.
Yes, sir.
God, which MCU character? Do you know what? Only because I want to meet her, I'm going to say Nebula, because it's Karen, and she's all blue, and I just think that'd be fabulous if I ever got. But it's a slightly different universe, isn't it? You see,
they can make it work.
Yeah, well, so. But the thing is, I probably really love Nebula because I do, because it's Karen. But no, I'm going to say Nebula.
Right now, there are people behind the scenes going, "Oh yeah, we can definitely do that. We can make that work."
I'm not sure I could pop up in Guardians. I don't think it'd work.
So someone will find a way. I would pay big money for that. Well, I mentioned that my dog's name is Daenerys. So obviously I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan.
Very good.
But I got to tell you, I don't know anyone who's not excited for House of the Dragon. So I'm just sort of curious, what most has surprised you about existing in that world of Westeros, and what are the things as an actor that you didn't see coming for that role in that world?
The wig. I didn't see the wig coming every day, man. I tell you, that's like, and funny enough, I spoke, I spoke to kind of Amelia about that years ago, and she's like, God, I have to go through like an hour and a half every day of putting the wig on, and it's a lot, so I didn't see the wig coming, but it looks really cool. So that's something.
What is it about it that's so difficult?
Well, because you have to like wear like a ball, because I've got dark hair, you have to wear a ball cap, then they have to glue that on, then they have to put the wig on. It's just a whole sort of convoluted process. And you're just in a wig, aren't you? But it's a cool blonde wig, so I'm happy enough with that. But no, there was a lot of stuff about that has felt unexpected. The truth is, I've not seen a single frame, so I have no idea what to expect. A bit like you. I didn't watch the monitor much either. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And on that, I just didn't watch the monitor at all. So I couldn't figure myself out in a blonde wig.
Well, whenever we do whenever we get a premiere date, I'll throw a party. I have a very comfortable fold-out couch. Like we'll hang out. Like we'll
Really?
you're sold, and we'll all have our blonde. I'm not quite blonde enough, but we'll all have our blonde.
Quite blonde, actually, but that means that you've got to go through the whole process of putting the ball cap on and putting the wig on, and it's a whole big thing.
Dude, I dress up. I do the cosplay stuff anyway, man.
Really?
You've done the conventions here in Chicago. You know how passionate we are.
I have.
That.
Who do you go as?
I did Indiana Jones one year, and I've never felt cooler than that's the only time I feel okay wearing a fedora. Otherwise, I feel really douchey.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough thing to pull off.
Yeah, but no one pulls it off quite as well as Harrison.
I think you've got quite a strong, striking face. I think you'd make a good Indiana Jones.
I appreciate you, sir. That's the best part of it. I can't top that. Matt Smith, if you can't tell, I'm such a fan of yours, man. Seriously, I appreciate you being so kind. And seriously, next time you're in Chicago, hopefully we can do this in person to be a
Big up Chicago Bulls as well. That's my
yeah. We were doing okay for a while. We hit a rough stretch for a while, but I think we're going to bounce back. All right, man. Good to see you.
Bye-bye, mate.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.